Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. My name's Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And today we are going to be
mixing and mastering the AI-created song for utensils.
Yeah. Let's get this first Songtember song in the bag and done. The ugly red-headed stepchild of Songtember, this is for me. I'm going to play the song through so you can hear what it sounds like, and then we'll get into it. Let's do it. Boom, there it is. All right, so that is the track. As I said, hi, I'm Jade. This is How to App on iOS. And I don't have my little logos because Stream Deck has decided not to work since rebooting. There we go, I can do it here. There you go. And shut down OBS, I reopen it, Stream Deck don't work. Shut it down, open it, works. So weird. Technology, man. Can't live with it, can't live with my ex-wife. Anyway, welcome to Wart Warriors as well. You can become a Wart Warrior for $1 a month, and you get emojis and all that kind of stuff. Boom. Hello, Dean Thomas. Hello, Audible Video. Hello, Thomas Christ. Hello, Princess. Hello, a bear. There's a bear in there. Kim Hudden Hudson's lurking. Boom. All right, let's get to it. So we're not doing any apps or anything like that. And I'm not sure, I'm probably going to approach this two ways. So probably going to now save a different copy of this immediately now. So let's hit save and we'll call this Utensils September Mix 1. Yeah, so that's that one saved. And with this one, what we're going to do is I'm going to route all of these tracks in AUM to one output track. So I'm going to try mixing this down 2 different ways. Yeah, I'm going to go in here and set a mix bus to receive from A. So this last track will be our master bus. I'm creating a master bus right now. If you don't know what that is, it's where my final mix is going to go. And then down here, for each of these, I'm going to send this mix bus to mix bus A. We're going to go and do this for every one of these. Mix bus A, mix bus A. We're going to go do that. La 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 la. So all these tracks will get sent to that final master bus. And then we can do a rough mix using the faders in here, and then I'll do a mix where I send everything over to Garageband, and we'll see which mix comes out better. Which is doing our faders down with Garageband and all the crappy limiting that comes with Garageband, because it's Garageband. It's great, but it's Garageband. So there we go. So now all of these tracks here are routed when I hit play to this final mix. This is AUM, Princess. AUM's hard to explain. It's a DAW, but it's not a DAW. It's a mixer, but it's not a mixer. It's a MIDI controlling thing. It's so much more. It's indescribable. It's AUM. It's its own thing. It does lots of really clever stuff. It's definitely something that you'll see a lot of channels using. So there's multiple ways you can use it to do great things. Joe Glenn, hello. So, because I've already got a mix here, I'm going to send this to this last bus here. Now I can just record this in here if I want. So, yeah, it's like a virtual mixer slash DAW slash thing. It's so much more. Freeform instrument mixer, MIDI router and controller. There you go. That'll do. Now, if I hit record here, I can try recording this all into one track. Just by hitting play. So that started recording then. Let's see, did it? Just do a test. It should have. Recordings. No, it didn't. What have we got? Utensils, Songtember. So this is Utensils, Songtember. Cool. All right, so I've hit the record down here. Let's take this back to the start and see if we hit play. We've got to hit record. That's what we got to do. Hit record. Go. So now this is recording all of this into this final track here. Turn it down a bit and we'll see what the level looks like. It should be okay. I think I've done an okay mix. Nothing like jumps out or gets super loud. It's a pretty constant level all the way through. So yeah, we'll do this. We'll let this play through and then I'll do a individual mix. So it'll take all of the tracks and put them into individual files. And then we'll open those in GarageBand. Hey, Dan. Oh, I got my coffee. If your iPad chokes, would you record each track separately or record and mix? Same face thing. My iPad won't choke. Shouldn't choke. I don't know. Come on, my iPad's not as bad as OBS. So the song only goes for, I think, 2 minutes 43, I think, 2 minutes 45. So that's the end there. And I'm just going to fade it out so we can stop this. Great, so that's being recorded. Shall we have a look at it? Files, Songtember Mix 1. So there it is. Now we can, because the makers of AUM are the same makers of Audio Share, it's connected, man. And now I can just open Audio Share, go into my audio recordings, and there's the track. And that's a fairly good mix. It looks good, like it looks pleasing. Plenty of room to master. Right, the most important thing. So the most important thing we're going to cover today, so you're going to get a little bit of insight into my mastering and such. Now, I spent the last couple of days mastering Thomas Christ's brand new album. 17 songs. Jesus, Thomas, 17 songs, man. I nearly wrote to you and said, dude, are you serious? Why are you not splitting this into 2 albums and releasing? I never interfere with people's creativity. 17 songs is Thomas's new album. Plus, I sent it off to him last night, and there's a few things he wants me to redo. It was a big job, man. It was a big job. Mastering all that stuff and trying to get it all to match. It was a big job. So why am I talking about mastering? Because when you mix down a song, you want to have a lot of room here. See all this room here? You need some space, because if I master this and if this is like already up here this big, let's show you an example, right? Of I think I've already deleted all your album off here, Thomas. I've got it still in Lursen, so that's cool, but I've removed it all from here. So let's have a look at like the Metheus track. So this is my mix down of the Metheus track that I'm working on for Songtember. See how there's plenty of room there? All that room. Look at it all. Plenty of room. Plenty of room. But then after I've mastered it, look at this. Boom. Look at that. Look at that. Right? So mastering does a lot to your song. Let's listen to the difference. Nice. But what mastering doesn't do, right? What you're not trying to do with mastering is just make it louder. Because I can just turn this up and make it louder. Mastering it makes the song, brings parts to life. So let's look at the mastered version. Boom! Same track. Let's listen to the start again. Sure, it is louder, but listen. That guitar is brighter. You can hear drums kicking through more. The bass pulsates with more power. It almost sounds like a different song. That's what mastering does. So we have our track that we just mixed here. This is our utensils track. And it looks nice for me. So we'll leave this here for now. Let's jump over to AUM again. And we'll try doing a different mix here. So I'm going to make sure this is saved. Now this is going to be mix 2. All right. Nice. Mix 2. Now I'm going to go in and open the other one. Let's do that. Sessions. Mix 1. Now this one here, as it opens up, and there's a lot going on in this track. There's a lot of different apps running in here. Yeah, there's a lot of different apps. We've got, iSymphonic. Look at all these plugins. This is a lot of plugins in this song. And you can see up here, this is taking up about 49% DSP on the iPad Pro to 2018. It's half of it's being used, so there's still room to add more. And all the sounds are being generated by these little MIDI generators, this AI generators over here. So that's how this song was created. I mix in different things, Princess. If you go through my channel, I've made music with Gadget, with Aurea Pro, Cubasis, Nano Studio. I try and cover all things on this platform. This is just not a GarageBand-centric channel. I do use GarageBand to make demos a lot, but not all the time do I use it to finish songs, because the problem is with GarageBand is it adds auto-normalization to your finished mixes, and it pumps the volume up, and then you've got no room to master it. Yeah, I haven't done FL Studio. Look, I was saying this, who was I saying this to the other day? I was saying this to maybe Russ or someone. I was saying, I would like to use FL Studio, but not on iPad. The iPad version of FL Studio is crap. I just don't like it. I find it annoying, confusing. But after watching Thomas do his songs over Songtember, I think FL Studio on Mac is awesome. Would I pay $690 for it? I don't think so. Maybe if they gave me a free copy, I might make some music with it. But I'm not here in Australia. $600, man. That's a lot of moolah, man, for a fucking door. All right. So what we're going to do with this is a difficult one because I've mixed this. So these are all different levels. So I'm going to try and bring them all up to about here. Right? To about here. Because I want them all to kind of record at the same kind of level. I'm going to keep this one a bit lower. Bring this one down a bit. And if I'm going to import these into GarageBand, I don't want them all to be different levels, if you get what I'm saying. I want to have some space to mess around with them. Yeah? But I'm going to turn this down. I'm going to turn this down so when we do this recording, now the first thing I need to do is change the name of it. So I'm going to save this. I'm glad I remembered this, to Mix 3. I know it's getting confusing now. So this will save this in a Mix 3 folder instead of all in the Mix 1 folder, which I've already generated. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and click record on every track here. Yeah, record. There's other ways I can do this too. I could have mixed this straight into GarageBand. I could have done that as well. No problem. Maybe we'll do that. We'll try another version by going straight into GarageBand, because that's the amazing stuff you can do with AUM. All right. So let's hit record. I'm going to turn this down a bit because this is all going to be out of whack now. And we'll hit record. So I'll turn that down. Oh yeah, I've made music in Loopy Pro as well. Man, I've used a lot of doors on this this silly old show. So right now, what this is doing, you can see all the tracks down the bottom. They're all got the little record button here going, spinning around. Blah, 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 blah. It's recording all of these tracks into individual files for me. So then I can open up GarageBand or Cubasis, or whatever door I want, Nano Studio, and I can import all of these tracks in and then do a mix down anywhere else I want. I can import them over onto my Mac, into Logic, into GarageBand, even onto Reaper on my PC. So, you know, there is no right door. The right door for you is the door that makes you happy. You know what? Because at the end of the day, Pete sums it up best. It's all ones and zeros. It's all digital these days anyway, so you're just recording into a different skin. It's just a different UI. And it all depends on which one works for you. And you can be like me too, and I use heaps of different ones. I will go and, you know, I will start a project in GarageBand and then move it all over into another door. Yeah, just do what makes you happy. Hi, Kim. Hope you're doing good, Kim. I haven't seen you around very loud lately. Are you doing anything for Songtember? I'm guessing not. Oh no, it's the perfect pun. Is that a pun? It's not a pun, is it? It's a zinger. It's a zinger. All right, so this track's nearly finished. And then what we'll do, because I've got another track I need to add to this as well. So I want to add an intro to this. And I want to use something that will make its own sauce. That reminds me of a Frank Zappa song. I think it's the wet t-shirts. And it's wet t-shirt time again. I know you want someone to show you some tits. Yeah. All right, let's stop this. So all those tracks have been, check this out. So now if I go over here into our files and check out mix 3. Oops. Oh man, what am I doing? I just reopened the same track. Idiot. All right. Let's go over here and open up our files. Recordings. And look at this. There's all those tracks. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 14 tracks. Beautiful. They're all ready to... And they look, how good is it too? It even names the tracks and tells you the BPM. So when you import them in, you know, and it's got the name of what app you were using. Pretty wonderful, huh? Pretty nice. Pretty good stuff. All right, let's jump over to this one. We'll try something else before we go into GarageBand. So we'll go into our files. We'll go back to the original one we did, mix 1. Let's go over here. Sessions. Mix 1. So this is the first one we did. Where, no, we want mix 3, don't we? Fuck, now I've named everything all fucked. Now I've made it all hard for myself. Which one was it? It was mix 2. Did I save the other one? I don't think I saved it. Let's see. Oh yeah, it's this one. It's mix 2. So, hello Sith. What's going on? Make music great again. Indeed. All right. So now, what I'm going to show you is this. So we've still got our mix here. I could have easily done this. So now if I close this out, open up GarageBand. Yeah, we got GarageBand opening, and you guys know how, oh, really, GarageBand? You're just going to sit there and give me a blank? Great stuff, Apple. Oh, is it working? All right, it's working. There we go. So let's create a... Man. Okay. Yeah, you can fuck off. Let's just close out a bunch of things, make sure we got nothing running in the background. Oh, well, look at all this stuff I got running in the background. What a surprise. That's good stuff, mate. Okay, let's open up GarageBand again. Remember to clear the stuff that's running in the background on your iPad. Do yourself a favor. Don't be like me. We'll create a new song. And what I'm going to do here for my track is select Inter-App Audio for my first track. And you'll see up the top, AUM port 1. So I'm going to choose that as my first track. Right? Did you see what happened then? GarageBand disappeared. And now if I take this last track here, so remember I've got everything being sent to this final track here. Now if I go down here and choose Inter-App Audio, look at that. There's GarageBand. So now this is connected to my GarageBand. And GarageBand's still taking its time to open, of course, because for some reason my GarageBand has issues. And I can't wait to get a brand new iPad this year. Oh, God. Hurry up. Give me that new iPad. I've had it with this one. Okie doke. Let's go in here. And now, look at this. See up here, we've got my microphone set. And look, there's the little AUM. There's the little AUM symbol. So if I click on this, it takes me to AUM. So now, if I want to record this, I'll take this back to the start. And I can go to this last track here and just hit record. That's not good. Hang on. That's not good. That doesn't sound good, does it? Man, which is it? I don't... All right, let's... Fucking iOS, huh? Let's do this. Let's go... We'll shut this one down. I reckon it's that's causing the issue. We'll delete this. Go back here. Beautiful. That sounded lovely. And we'll open this up again and open our project, session number 2. I thought that opened a bit fast before. Yeah, that's why. But the beautiful thing, look, you make a mistake, you just shut it down, start again, hey? It's not a big problem. So now, if I go over here and down to the bottom here and select Inter-App Audio, hit port 1. Now you see that saying, it's got this little error. So now if we go back into GarageBand here and we add Inter-App Audio, we can now select AUM port 1 and now we are connected again. So let's try it again, shall we? We'll give it a record. Did I start that at the right time? We'll try that again. I think I started at the right time. Yeah, it's a bit out. I'm probably doing something wrong here, but this is on the fly, you know what I'm saying? So let's take that back there. And we'll hit play. We'll hit record. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And look at that. It's recording the track directly from AUM into GarageBand. Pretty nifty here. Hey, Gregory O'Sullivan. So I'm able to do a mix straight from AUM, straight into GarageBand, but it's all one file. So I can't do anything with it after this, yeah? And I could have used Neon as well, Thomas. The point is, I'm trying to show there's many ways to do it. I could have just put Neon at the end. There's so many ways you can do stuff with AUM. You can route MIDI outs straight into Cubasis with AUM. AUM is incredibly powerful. Yes, Neon is iOS. I've done several shows on it. Cool. Now we can head over here and stop this. So there's that. So now that's in here in GarageBand, and it's a bit out of time, so we can now just grab this file. Let's just shorten it a little bit and then just get it on the grid. Change the tempo to 120. There we go. Good stuff. Okay, so let's look at the intro and outro that I want to create. So we'll cover this now. Back over to AUM. And we're going to open another project here. And what is this project called? Yeah, I need to search for Thermo. There we go. Thermo. Now, I did a show on this particular app, and I remembered I had all this here, and I'm sure out of this app here, this is Thermo, there's going to be some interesting sounds I can use for an intro. Let's hit play. And I'm probably going to have to trigger it. Here we go. Chilling. So this is what we got. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 instances of Thermo running, being controlled by Zoa. as a MIDI controller over here. And I think this is exactly what I'm looking for. Let's try and work out what's happening so we can create some levels. Yeah, all right. So what I'm going to do now is create a track at the end here. We're going to create a master track. And we're going to route all of these. Not to GarageBand. I'm going to send these to Mixbus B, just for the sake of it. No, we want to go... Dude. I picked GarageBand, I know. There we go. So we want to go to receive from Mixbus A. I went to Interapp Audio, I know. Dickhead. So now what else is coming through there? Something's, oh, is that my microphone? Oh, it's because of GarageBand. Oh, these different apps open. Let's just close GarageBand for now. Goodbye to you. So we've got all these now coming through one channel. Sweet. See you, princess. And I'm just going to start recording this. And just take a minute or two of just all this, and this will, I can chop up and use as an intro. An outro. Got a minute. We'll give it 2 minutes. Just so I've got plenty to fuck with. Thank you all for being here. Hit the like if you want to, or hit the dislike twice. We'll let this wave go down and then we'll stop this. Perfect. So now we have our recording. There it is. That's at 120 BPM as well. Goodbye, AUM. Okay, so we'll start a new GarageBand project. In fact, what we'll do is we'll shut this one out. We'll just duplicate it because I can't be bothered waiting for a whole brand new project to open. It is what it is. And we'll create a brand new track, just an audio track. Fun, clean track. No, don't need monitoring for this. And we'll delete this one. Okie doke. Now I'm going to jump out of GarageBand, go into our Files app, and jump into Audio Share, AUM Recordings. Here's our utensils mix. So we want all these songs into the GarageBand project folder. So I'm going to select all of these, make sure I've got all of them. I'm going to grab them like so with my finger and drag them over to on my iPad. And then we're going to look for GarageBand on my iPad, wherever it is, GarageBand iOS. And then dump all these into the file transfer app. Done. Synthmaster replace. A bit worried about that. Really? Let's see how that goes. All right. Fuck me. I love this stuff. So this was called Songtember. Was it? What are these files called? They are called. I did grab the right ones, didn't I? It was, yeah, mix 3. Oh, which ones did I put in there? I don't know. We'll have a look. I love it. Mix 3. Was it? Yeah, mix 3. This is the one. Yep. So, oh, they've all got individual names. Okay. So if we do 2, let's see how we go with that. Let's go back in here and do a 2 dot. Ooh, ugly. Ugly, 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 ugly. Looks like we've got multiple sounds in here. So I'm going to have to do this. Going to have to jump in. Man, these are the trials and tribulations that we go through. So let's go into GarageBand transfer. Let me just set this to date. It is set to date. There we go. Oh, why is GarageBand not showing up there? There it is, GarageBand. GarageBand transfer. Okay, so we've got all of these tracks here. Right, so what I need to do is go in here and select all these. Boom, 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 boom. And I need to delete these. Delete. Good, because these are all done by date. So these are all the new ones that I've just imported. Yeah, there we go. So I had done a test of this last week, and it still had the remnants. So here are the 13 tracks. Good, good, good. So now I can just go back into GarageBand. Here's all our numbers, and we can just drag these in one at a time. So we've got track 2, and this is set to BPM. Track 3. Nice. This is going to work. Is it going to work? Let's hear. Sweet. Good stuff. We've got our house mark. We've got genuine sounds. This is the piano. We've got iSymphonic again. Synth master. Strummer. We're up to Waverly. Borster, our percussion. Hammerhead, drums. And another synth master too. Square synth. Lovely jubbly. And the last one is another synth master. There we go. 13 tracks. Now if we hit play. Now I'm going to scroll to the bottom and select all. I hope this starts at the start. Yep. Cool. So here's our song, ready to be mixed. What I'm going to do now is hit the plus up in the top corner. We're going to turn off automatic and just give this up to about 100 and so. 120 just for fun. Just for fun. Now we need our little intro. Yeah. So I'm going to drag this. We'll move this back, say, 4 bars. And now we need to jump out of our Files app. Out of here, go into our Files app. And back into Audio Share. AUM Recordings. Thermo. This is the sound we recorded. We'll grab this, throw it over to on my iPad. Into GarageBand. File transfer. Now this is called 7 received from... Oh, shit. 7 received from bus A. Done. And we want to look for 7. There it is. 7 received from bus A. And now we've got an intro. So we'll slide this back a bit. And we'll select these 3 because they're not with the rest of the song. So I'm just going to chop this intro, going to split it there. We can take this away here, and we'll find a part of this to be an intro, an outro. Maybe like here for now, that'll do. Okay, so on this track now, I'm going to do a fade on this. So this is the bottom track. We're going to hit some automation and turn the automation on. And we'll put a point. Let's zoom in. Halfway. That'll do. Nice. And as soon as we get to that start point, let's zoom right in and get that automation point right on the money. We'll do another one next to it and pull that, oops, pull that sucker right down. So there's our intro, done. Hi, Leela. I didn't see you there. Okay, shall we do a faders down mix? Our drums. Percussion. We've got bass. Let's bring in the bass. Because I can't be fucked. As I said at the beginning, I don't care about this song. Why, Gregory? That's an interesting thing that you'd say that. Why do you think GarageBand's shit? Why wouldn't... more to the point, let me ask you this, Gregory. Why wouldn't I work in GarageBand? Why wouldn't I? I'm going to throw that back to you. Why wouldn't I? Why do you think there's a stark difference? Because we know that the auto limiting is shit, but we can kind of fix that. Why wouldn't I? There you go. I'm just doing it for ease of use, pretty much. Okay, what's this track? This is a guitar. back to the start. Hear what's going on. Even on the right track, I am. So I'm just going through all these and giving it some EQ to brighten them up a little bit. What you'll notice is, see this volume here, how it's really low. We're keeping this really low because these have come out super, small recordings, which is good. So we're keeping this nice and low. Let's go back to the start. I wouldn't know, Sith. I don't listen to them. I've never listened to Depeche Mode. I know, blasphemy. Let's see what's going on here. We can brighten this up. Okay, let's sort this bass out. So you notice I'm not using any plugins with this. I'm not using any third-party plugins. I'm just trying to create EQ, like I saw Gregory wrote so fast with EQ changes. I'm trying to fill different spaces with EQ. Give this a bit of air. Hey, Pete. Frank. Drums are a bit loud now. Cool, that's coming through. That's cutting. Okay. So we need a fade out. Shall we work on that? Let's take this from here. So we're going to stop that. Let's just take this. Okay, now I'm going to select all these. And then we're going to bring these in. So we're going to fade all these out. And going to use we are going to automate. Let's do some automation. So we want to take it from about halfway. So about there. That's a good guesstimate. What do you think? I think so. And we'll put a dot there and 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 a dot there. I'm kind of liking the levels. At least we can go back. Even though I'm automating, I can go back and sort these out later on. Okie doke. So let's fade these out. Zoom in a bit and try and get them on the money. Yeah. Boom.
Boom.
Thanks, hippie. So they don't have to be perfect, do they? This song's not really that important. It's kind of, as I said, it's the redheaded stepchild of my Songtember songs. It's been made with AI, so I'm really only just putting it together now because I can't trust the AI with that. It might destroy all of us. know, you can't trust AI with everything. And we'll do a mix. Oops. So there we've got a complete fade out of all the tracks. That's done. Let's hear that. Cool bananas. All right, so now we've got our little track here, which we can automate as well. Let's go in and automate our final track. And we want to put in a point here and here. And we want to match this to what this one is. So if you want to know how to do this, if you don't know what the dB is of this, you just put your finger on it. So it's at 0. So now we can just bring this back to 0. And that is done. And now all we need to do is start fading this in here, like so. And we should get... Oh, look what happened there. What was that? I didn't even touch that. So we need to go 0. Is this one on 0? Yep, 0, 0. Kind of sounds all right. We can probably bring this in a little bit. But we don't want to do that. Interesting. Gave the drums a bit more. Okay, what I'm going to do now is just add what do we want to do? We want to add an effects track, don't we? Let's do that. Let's go to the start, hit record, done. Then we'll get out of this effects track because we're going to do a quick mix down. And we'll jump into our visual EQ and just pull this down. Just to help it a little bit with volume. It's going to add auto normalization anyway. And here's what we're going to do. I'm going to shut up so we can hear this at a nice quiet level and hear how everything is when it's down low. Save that out. It's not that one. It's this one. I better name it, better I? So we'll name it U1 space. And Symphony of the Apocalypse. Going to do a mix down just to see what happens. We want an uncompressed wave and want to open this open in. Now it shouldn't crash because I've got no plugins in there. It's all just audio files and Garageband EQ. And some reverb and echo, and that's it. I'm not being too fussy about this because it is experimental, as I said. It's just to prove a point. There we go. So that's done. Now we can open that in audio share. Yeah, a little bit big. It's GarageBand. What do you expect? But it looks fine. I could probably shrink it a bit. So the drums, you may think are a little bit loud in there, but once we master this, I think it should be okay. So there's our track. What I'm going to do, Mike, don't play up on me. All right, cool. So I'm just going to go and open up. Let's close a few things out. Close GarageBand out and this and that. And I'm going to do my old trick that we're at mastering. We'll see how this goes. I'm just going to open Audio Pro just for the sake of it. And we'll bring down the volume a bit. So, where are we? Hey, Vortex, what's that going on? So it's in 24-bit, 44 kilohertz. We're in Aurea Pro. I'm going to open up a new project. Make this 44. We'll name this utensils. And open up the Files app here. I'm going to go into audio share. Grab this track, just dump it in here. There we go. Here's the track in Aurea Pro. And man, what is going on with my headset? We'll bring this down to about there. Boom. Let's do a mix down from here. Sweet. Look at that. That's a nice size. Look how small that is. Look how much room we've got to master that. Plenty of room. This is going to sound much bigger now. Hey, Frankie. Okay, so let's open up Lurson's mastering, and we're going to master this. I'm going to show you how easy it is to master with Lurson's. We'll turn this off. Here we are in Lurson's. We're going to put this at 0. This is our input drive. We have our push. And the way Lurson's works here for this mastering, it's very intelligent. It's worth a lot of money, this thing. So if you've got the money, it's absolutely worth it because it does a fantastic job at, yes, indeed, Mobile Music Pro. This is one of the best mastering things, I think. It's the Goldilocks waveform. There's life, Jim, but not as we know it. So yeah, this is Lurson's. It's very easy to use. It's all based on presets. I've done a show on this explaining how this was made. This is based on the Lurson mastering console, which is a real thing. That's it there. It's a real mastering console that has been used to master so many of the biggest hits, so many genres. So in here, you have all these styles to choose from. And I normally just use pop rock. So I'm going to keep it set on pop rock, just that. And we're going to hit play. And you listen to the difference just from turning it on and changing no features here, because this is our 5-band EQ. We can add some bass if we want, whatever. Or we have this push button. And if you watch down here, this EQ, as I turn up the push button, all of these move up in unison, right? But we're not wanting to do that. I don't want to get any pumping or anything like that. I just want to, I basically want the instruments around the drums to kind of hug the drums. That's what I'm looking for. So we'll hit play. And then you'll notice I'll turn this on, and you should hear a big difference once the song gets going. Let's turn it on. It's not just getting louder, it's actually changing the algorithm of the mix. Let's give it a mono check. This is it in mono. This is what it's going to sound like on Metalhead Hippie Show. Back to stereo. Turn it on again. Let's hear what it sounds like when the drums kick in. Drums could come down a bit, I reckon. Big difference. So let's just shoot this off for a master, and then we'll go in and quickly do a remix, just pulling the drums down a bit. So we're processing this now, and this will shoot off to, I can save this wherever I want. We'll do another mix quickly, because I've already got my Audio Pro project open. I can just drag another file in, and we'll just bring down the drums a little bit. And I think we're going to be right. Of course, after the show's done, I'll have to have a listen to it on speakers, because I've been under headphones now for an hour and 45 minutes. So thank you all for still being here and watching this process. So there we go. Now the test is to check this out. Let's check out the luffs, shall we? So to do this, I'm going to open 4 Pockets Neon, because if you didn't know, 4 Pockets Neon has a luffs meter, which is lovely. I'm going to go to exported files. We'll import this file from Audio Share. So now it's been imported, and it should be down here under U for utensils. No, that's not it. Oh, it's up the top. There it is, utensils. We'll load this in, and we'll measure our luffs. 13.20. So this can come down a little bit. It's a little bit loud if we want it to be perfect. Let's go over to Loudness Penalty, and we'll import it in here and have a look at the Loudness Penalty. Yes, we're doing puns, man. Okay, so it's not too bad. It's a little bit louder than what the recommended is for YouTube and Spotify. Apple's always a little bit, yeah. So Spotify's like 16 luffs, Apple's 14. So normally I'll go between like 13.6 to 14 luffs, but that's pretty good. I would be happy with that. It would get, you know, they say here that if it's 0 here, then Spotify aren't going to compress it. Bullshit. They compress everything. They're saving on their fucking data. Let's be honest. That's the only reason they do it. But yeah, so we know that master's a good level, so that's okay. So let's just quickly close a few things here, because we've got a lot going on. Boom, 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 boom. And we'll just go back into GarageBand and pull down these drums just a little bit. Just a little bit. We'll do this process again. So where are our drums? They are here. We'll click on the automation. Or you know what? We'll just be lazy. Let's be lazy. And we'll go into our EQ. Let's listen to the drums. we give that a go? I can pull all this volume down now and select. We'll share this out. Open in. Cheers, Vortex. Well, it's all progressions. Progressions was the AI controlling all of this. I wouldn't say I'm the Yoda of Mac. Although, the other song that I'm working on for Songtember is much better than this. I'm much happier with that. So we are going long today because I've got to get this finished. There we go. Save it in here. Let's see. Any difference? There's definitely a difference there. Yeah, that's much better. That's fine. Okay, so we'll open up Audio Pro again. Here's our project. We'll grab the Files app and flick this over here. Where did it go? Where'd the Files app go? What's going on? We'll go over there. There it is. We'll delete this. And we'll grab this new one. Put this in here. And we want to keep the volume the same. The volume that we're lowering this because it was fine. It was good. And we're going to do a mix down. Utensils 1. Okay. Done. There we go. Now, where were we? What did we do with, we had, let's send this over to Lurson's. Yes. And pretty much we did nothing. We just kept this at pop rock. But what we needed to do was pull down the volume a little bit because it was a little bit loud. So it was, what was it, 13.5 LUFS or something like that. So we're going to pull it down about 0.7 dB over here. So you can see only a tiny bit. We're just taking out some of the input drive. And we're going to go to Wave, 44, 24-bit, more, export, and see how it goes. You know what? It is what it is. Really can't be bothered doing another mix. It is what it is, man. It's an AI generated song. So here's the other one. There's that one. And here's this one. So you can see how just visually you can see it's, and of course you're not mixing with your eyes, yeah, but a visual representation between these two, where is it, that one? And this one, you can see there's more variation in the actual song compared to this one. It's all more straight, and you know, you can argue to the point of no return on should it be a loud mix, should it be a softer mix, should it be exactly on the money for LUFS. It's all to taste, isn't it? A lot of metal songs push it, so it's all just a solid, thick line. A lot of dance music does that. A lot of dance music, some dance music's even 8 LUFS. It's crazy stuff. Metal around 11 LUFS. At the end of the day, when you're uploading it digitally anyway, Apple are going to compress it. They're going to compress it. Let's hear what these drums sound like now. Whoops. I'm listening to the wrong one. Okay, so now that at least I know what the mix is going to sound like, I think that's all good. We've got a master template. That's all good. Let's go back into GarageBand. And now I'm going to show you the difference of how to make this really stand out. So I'm doing this in a roundabout way just to kind of, you may think, oh, you forgot that, but there's a method to my madness today. I want to show you a song in stages, the kind of things you can add to make things sound better as you're going along. Now let's go through these tracks individually and hit play. So this is our main track here. And we've got our bass. That's cool. And over here, we have this. You ready? Let's put that back. We want to make all this fit. So now we've got these. This is our chorus. This is going to be our guitar track here. We're going to keep up the middle. See you later, Vortex. So we've got the bass, we've got these strings, and the drums all running up the middle. The piano's just a little bit panned. Now everything makes sense. So you'll notice this track here, this is running up the middle, but it's already got a bounce effect going back and forward, panned. That'll do. I'm good. So the reason I did a mix down with first without panning and then with panning, so we can go back and listen to it, and you hear how important panning is. Yeah, it very, very much is super important. You don't really have to do a lot. You just have to find some space where things make sense. An alternate, like think about a guitar, left and right, vocals, left and right. Look at the parts, see what kind of makes sense. I just kind of went by the seat of my pants, whatever. You don't have to put that much pain into it, especially when it's a song like this. So we're going to mix this down. Let's share song. And then we'll do the same again, and this will be ready to go. It'll be ready to upload to DistroKid. So we'll do a show next week, which will have the uploading of the other Metheus song and this, and I'll upload it all, set a date for the release, which will be October 1st, because that's the day before YML. And we should be good. Should be fucking golden. Okay, there's our track again. 2.1. Now let's jump again over into Aurea. We'll just close GarageBand because we don't need it anymore. We'll close this. Oops, I didn't need to close that. I'm a dickhead. Wicked. And we'll delete this track. Dunskies, bunskies, exactly. Drag this in here. And let's do a mix down. Bada bing, bada boom, bada boom. That is done. Look at that. It's I think it looks nicer too. It looks sexier. I'd fuck it. All right. Over to Lurson's. Rock pop. We're all set. Let's have a quick play. Without Lurson's and then with. So notice the difference in the waveform now. Notice the difference. We have different sizes because we have different things going left and right. So now we truly have a stereo mix with stuff that makes sense, stuff that's going to, in your headphones, make a difference to your listening experience. Shoot this over 24-bit 44 kilohertz done. And who knows, maybe offline I will muck around with it a little bit more, but because that's me, I'm a Virgo, I'll probably dabble after I've given my ears a break, because remember 2 hours now listening through headphones, it's not healthy. You're going to want to come back after 12 hours or so, have a listen again, listen on some monitors, hear how it sounds. Boom, there it is. Let's open it up in Neon, and we'll check the LUFS quickly. There's our file. What's it called? Utensils 2 master. Load. Ear fatigue is real. Check the LUFS. See, now it's a little bit soft. It's a little bit soft. Look at that. 14.78. It's a little bit soft. Let's go in here and go. Let's just go there. We'll just go back to 0. Because all that panning would have changed the makeup of the song. So now we have to compensate for that. And look how easy it is just to do another master, you know. There's no point stressing over masters because you can make hundreds of them, then you just delete them all. Just make sure you go back and delete that stuff. Because you'll end up looking at your iPad one day and going, hey, where's all my memory gone? And then you have not only are all your tracks saved here in Lurson's, you're making multiple copies here, then you're opening it up in Neon, which has multiple copies as well. So you've got to go and remove all these things. So in the Media Bay, Audio Share, we're inserting another copy of this into another app. And all this is taking data from our precious iPad. Here's the new one. Let's load it up. Neon, measure LUFS. 14.21, we can still come down. We'll do one more. So as I said here, all these tracks are all saved in here. So this is all taking up data. You can see this is Thomas's album in here that I finished mastering last night. Why have I kept them all in here? In case there's any problems with his master, I can go in, find the songs that had a problem, load them in here, and then change them up a little bit, add a bit more volume, add a bit more bass if I need to, whatever I need to do. So let's give this a little bit more volume. So we're going to go like 6. That's going to be good. Do I trust myself? No, not really. Not really. Am I allowed to make mistakes? Yes, and you are. You are absolutely allowed to make mistakes. And remember too, when you delete files in your iCloud, go to your deleted files folder because they're not deleted. They're all still sitting on your iPad. When you delete stuff from you've got to go and check your deleted. Same with photos. Go and check because they'll all still be sitting there. And look, I've just quickly made, look, 3 masters. So these are taking up 45 meg each. It all adds up, you know. Now if I go into Neon, I'm importing another copy of this into here. It just adds up. And before you know it, you've got no space. And last night, I think I cleared 30 gig off this iPad just from deleting files like this. And we're going to do a LUFS 13.6. That's normally what I go for. It's a little bit over, but it's a little bit louder. So now we can go into Loudness Penalty. Let's load it up. It'll tell us exactly what Apple's going to do, what Spotify's going to do. And there we go. That's pretty close. They're going to drop that 0.3 decibels. YouTube, Spotify, Tidal. Apple's going to always drop it down more because Apple has... it's Apple. So there you go. And you can play this here on Loudness Penalty. Hear how it sounds. We'll not do it there. So, before we go, I've been messing around with more artwork for this. Boy, this is the art I'm actually going with at the moment. Look at that. I fucking love it. It is an orchestra with a nuclear bomb going off in the orchestra, and the orchestra's on fire. I love this album cover. This took many times to get to this using AI. There's a little artifact here I want to get rid of. I want to just, I can fix that. I can get rid of that little dot over there. But, man, look at that. It is just evil because the song is called Symphony of the Apocalypse. and what better way to have a symphony exploding into space? So you can see here, I went through multiple. If you're using Midjourney to create your art, make many, 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 many variations. The more variations you make, the better. Look, you can see where these started. They started out looking really shit. Like, look at that bomb. It looks crap. Right? And look at these ones. They look shit. But the more variations you make of these, the better they get. They start getting more complex. And then you get to one that is just, look at that. That is fucking schmick. I mean, I was going for these. And how did I do this? I used an image. I used this image as a reference. So you can see in here, in my Imagine here. So I used an image for a reference and then put symphony orchestra performing on fire in front of a nuclear explosion, end of the world, high def, 4K, 8K, photorealistic movie quality. And that gave me, see, I didn't use an image on these. Let's look at some of these. They kind of got the right idea. There was another one I thought was okay. Yeah. Don't know what's going on in that second one. These were interesting. I didn't like the explosions, the top of the explosions. I like this idea of this person standing above everything. This one's interesting as well. These are pretty cool too. Unique. So I went through so many iterations to come up with These are really cool too. Like these were definitely things on my list that were like, yeah, but the thing was, is this too close to what the Metheist album cover looks like? I mean, look at that one. This one here. That's pretty sick as well. But there's no orchestra in there. That's what was missing. Then I kind of was, you know, what else do we have in here? God, there's so many different. This is I do a lot of my Midjourney stuff in private, so it's not open to everybody, is what it is. But I think that's the artwork. That's what we're going to go with. And we can make it as simple as, I think I've already saved this to my photos. Yep, there it is. So it's already saved in high def. So what we can do now is quickly go in here, and I have an idea. And we can go in here and create a new image from our photos. Grab this. We can import this, and we can fix up this little imperfection because it's going to piss me off forever. And I'm going to go into our retouch and do a clone. We can retouch that again. Let's take somewhere a little bit lighter. You're not going to see that now. There we go. That's fixed. Sweet. Let's go in here and adjust some colors a little bit. And we can check what this looks like just by oh no, that would hit the wrong button. I think that's just a little bit. You don't need to do too much to it. And I'm going to export this now, export it as a PNG. I'm going to send this over to documents. So we'll get all this done today. And just because I have a lot of fonts in GoDaddy, we'll do it in here because some of my good fonts are in here still. And we're going to open up an image from documents. Sweet. Oh man, really? I hate that about this app. So I'm going to go in this one. This was the original art I had, just as a work in progress kind of thing. I'm going to copy this logo. We'll do that again. Create an image. More. Eventually. Yes. I'm going to paste the logo there. And go back into this and grab this title. And then paste this. Bada bing, bada boom, bada bing, boom, boom. I'm just going to move it up a bit. And then what I'm going to do is double this up. So I'm going to duplicate it. See how that got a little bit thicker? I'm going to quadruple it. There we go. That stands out more. And I'm not sure about this because I'm using this for the Metheist, this font. So let's find a font quickly. out of all my ridiculous fonts. That's kind of nice. I kind of want something that's metal but got curly tails. Thanks, Frank. So this one's nice. I don't know if it's balanced though. It's too metal. I've got a lot of metal fonts here. Let's find some taily stuff. Some scripty stuff. You know that you know it as soon as you see it. Something's just going to stand. Ooh. We'll go total black metal. We've got a bunch of black metal ones in here. All right, now we're getting to some handwriting kind of stuff. Oh, that's kind of interesting. We can use the Evil Dead font. I kind of like that. Okay, let's have a look at the color. I'm going to bring in a color palette. And then we'll put in a shadow, put in a dark shadow, and we'll blur it. It's too red. Let's go in. Let's see what we can find within this. Leave that like that for now. And what we might do is duplicate this out. Let's try that. Let's do a duplicate. And we'll change the color of this duplicate. And we'll put this below. In fact, what we will do is we'll remove that, stay on this one, go into our shadow. Here we go. Now we're getting somewhere. Let's angle this a bit better. That is how you create shadows. See, I'm kind of thinking I don't even need a shadow on there. Yeah, I can put a glow around it, like, you know, that works, but it's maybe something dark. Or maybe it just doesn't need anything. You know what I'm saying? Maybe it just doesn't need anything. And before we go forward, I'll think about it. I think I'll think about this. what I'll do now is we'll just jump out. We'll do a duplicate. And let's quickly oops. Oh man, this is what I was thinking. Maybe one of these. So I don't know if I actually want more of a handwritten thing. Good times. Let's have a look at going white with this and bringing the messing with the opacity. And we've got we'll go in and create a shadow. I kind of like this at the same time. I wish it was broken up a little bit more. That would suit me much more. Yeah, see, if it was kind of like that, but a bit more broken up, it would make more sense. Let's see what else is in here quickly. That's it. There's one I'm thinking of and I can't find it. Man, I have way too many fonts in here. La 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 la. That's the one I was thinking of, but yeah. I would have to go in and change the style. Caps. You know what? I like that too. All right, let's do this. Let's do a copy of this one here. I'm going to shrink this down a bit. I like that. I actually like that one. That's cool. So let's make a copy of this. This is the one. It makes sense. And go in here and change this one to red. And then go into this one. And we're going to take the opacity out. We're going to make this one. We're going to double this one up. Triple it. Look at that. There you go. There you go. Sweet. It's not too much. The red's nice and bold, and that shadow underneath is just enough to make it look like it's kind of lifting off a little bit. It's not fancy. You know, it's not going to set the world on fire. You can even go in and make another one of these. It's not going to make much difference at that point, but I think that's better. I'm going to go, let's have a look at the two. We'll export this now as a PNG. And into documents. So that's that one saved, and then we'll go into the other one and save that. Yeah, I don't think the other one's going to fly. Yeah, that text sucks. All right, cool. There we go. So there's our artwork. And we've got our music. Everything's kind of ready to go. So this will be uploaded to DistroKid. I'm thinking early next week. That'll give me like a 3... What day is that going to be? The 27th. So that gives me 1, 2, 3, 4 days for it to clear to be released on DistroKid, because I have a DistroKid priority account, so it should get through nice and quick. But I think that looks good. I think that's going to cover that. And yeah, shall we go out and have a listen to it? And that's it for today. So what's happening next? Tomorrow is the 700th episode. So I hope you can come and join me. We're going to take a little bit of a walk through memory lane at the channel's last 2 and a bit years and look for some funny bits of things that have happened, talk some shit, stuff like that. Come and hang out to just to hang pretty much, 700 episodes. What an achievement. Feels really good to have done that. And hey, Kingers, what's happening? And thank you all for hanging out with me. I know it's a bit of drab and a bit boring. So, but we've got one song in the bank. As I said, I may tweak it a little bit. All right, so we'll go over here and find it. Here's the track. So this was all the notes, the music was generated, the chords using AI, using an artificial intelligence in progressions by 4 Pockets. It came up with the scales for me. And I just put them in order and mixed them, and that's it. And the drums are all automated. So I've tried to be as hands-off as possible, making the music. Let the apps make the music. And we'll play this, and I'll put the image up. And I'll see you tomorrow for the 700th episode. Remember, do the things that make you happy. Mistakes make you better, and we all rise together. Let's do it.